Alright. This is a response to this Pierre AP guy. He's basically the archetype for pretty much any afrocentric, whether it's an Israelite, a Moor, or some dashiki retard. This guy, he's basically, you can see a dialogue in one of the other videos. He's basically doing everything I said he was going to do. Like, in the exact order that I said he was going to do it. The first thing he's done is, he's thrown out a bunch of straw men that I never brought up because I've never said that Jesus was white. I don't believe in Jesus. And once you bring the Bible into any kind of factual argument, you're pretty much a retard. I can pretty much write you off as stupid. But I'll entertain it anyway. Now, the first thing he asks is, why is it that Jesus is depicted as white when he's an Israelite? He insists that he clearly was not because he's from Israel. Now, he's not. And second of all, let's say he was from Israel. Who ruled Israel at the time that Jesus allegedly existed? Rome. Rome had colonized that entire area. Before the Romans colonized that area, the Greeks ruled it. Before the Greeks, the Persians ruled it. It was never ruled by blacks. Well, actually, it was ruled by blacks during the Nubians, but they had long since been taken out. They were an afterthought. So, unless you're going to make some kind of fake-ass Nubian connection, which you probably didn't even know until I mentioned it, and I shouldn't have, he was not, if he existed, which he didn't, he still wouldn't have been a black guy. You had all these different groups in that area. You have the Romans were in that area still, the Persians were still in that area, the Macedonians were in that area, the Asur are in that area, the Syrians are in the Syrian tribes are in that area, like Alawites and whatnot. And all these people are white looking. They're anywhere from looking like Carlos Mencia to looking like a Scandinavian. They kind of look weird, but they're still blonde and greenish eyes and whatnot. They're white people. And then they have black slaves and yada yada. But the black slaves didn't really come until later. When the Abyssinians fell, the power started waning and they started selling slaves. And then people in Tanzania's power started waning and they started getting enslaved. Either way, Jesus was not a Negro. And the Israelites, hey, the story's BS and me. They have nothing to do with blacks. So 2,000 years ago, the Middle East area that the Romans ruled was not black. It wasn't. There probably were blacks there, but it wasn't ruled by blacks. And Israel wasn't ruled by blacks at all in any stretch of the imagination. It just was not. You can research that yourself. It just wasn't. And then you mentioned shit about Solomon's wife. She allegedly came from Abyssinia. So if she came from Abyssinia, she was not an Israelite. Because the Ethiopians were not Israelites. The Ethiopians had their own little god, Wak, and all that crap. And then when Izada converted to Christianity, that's how all that BS popped up. Regardless, that means that a black chick came from Abyssinia, went to Jerusalem, and married Solomon, who's described in the Bible as white. I'm just going to leave that there. And then Moses' wife is black, allegedly. So he's got a black wife. What the hell does that mean? My friend Tyler's got a black wife, and he's white. So what? They talk about Noah and his cursed black son and the cursed. What does that have to do with anything? That doesn't have anything to do with anything. Those are straw man and red herring. You're not even using straw man correctly. You don't even know how to use a straw man. God damn it, stupid. And then the next thing he goes, we're never told about mythological characters like Andromeda and Perseus, and he's just assuming that they're all black because he said so. Now, there's two Perseus. There's a king of Macedonia, and I know damn well you're not assuming that the Macedonians are black now, because if you are, you're an idiot. And then the second one, Who's supposedly black? Is Zeus black now? Is Zeus black? Nobody's described him as an Ethiopian. The Greeks never ever said that their gods came from Ethiopia. Is she black? She's not from Ethiopia. She's not from Stygia. Stygia's Egypt. So Stygia and Ethiopia are never mentioned when it comes to these two people. So where's the black? Where are they from? Where exactly are they from? And even if they are from those two places, where are they from that makes him black? Where is any sort of supposition that makes him black? Like I don't get where the connection is. There's no connection. You sound like Oswald Bates from In Living Color with this crap. It's ridiculous. And then you come out talking about the Clash of the Titans. It's a movie. It's a movie. That's why there's a black guy getting kicked into a well representing a Persian, when we know damn well Persians aren't black. So why even mention the damn movie? It's a movie. The end of discussion. It's a movie about white people that have nothing to do with blacks. That's it. The last part I've never heard of that, so I don't know. You tell me. And then he goes on to talk about the history of blacks always seems to start in slavery and colonization. If you're looking at like history books, a lot of people don't know about African history outside of that period, but it doesn't begin there. People know it doesn't begin there. People know about Ouagadougou. People know about the Mali Empire, the Oyo Empire, the Ashanti Empire, the Kenya, Canada, South Civilization. They know about these things. They research them. They're documented, and if you want to look up information on them, they're out there to look up. Blacks don't want to research that. They want to research Egypt, and they want to research the Moors. They want to research the Moors because the Moors connect Africa to Egypt. Africa to Europe. They want to talk about Egypt because it connects the Bible, blacks, to Europe, to Greece and all that stuff. It's a way of connecting blacks to white people and the Bible. Because at the end of the day, all of this crap is about being connected to and accepted by whites. That's all you want. That is all you really want. That's all Afrocentrics want. If you don't know that, because you're some silly, you're probably Senegalese or Haitian or something. But I'm going to tell you something, kid. What African Americans, or actually not even, I'm not going to put on African Americans. What every Afrocentric wants is to be accepted by whites. At the end of the day, that's what they want. That's the purpose of this. That's the purpose of all of this. That is the purpose. And I think you're one of those guys because you're talking about why don't blacks get reparations. He's going on about why are white inventors celebrated but black ones are numerous and kept in the shadows. Like what black inventors are kept in the shadows? They can't be researched. If you look at patent law, like blacks like to claim that they invented the traffic light. If you look at it, when he invented his traffic light, there was one invented at his birth. What he invented wasn't even a light. It was a hand crank. It was a hand crank signal, which had been numerously invented long before he ever existed. So that's irrelevant. There was actually one in an electric one invented in England, and it was put in Lagos in, I believe, 1919. So that's, so what? So what? Anything you can look up, there are blacks that have contributed a lot to America, obviously. But Afrocentrics, you guys fall short when you make shit up, because all somebody has to do, somebody that hates you, all they have to do is a Google search, go to the library, and just shit all over everything you're claiming. And then you look stupid. And then the only people you can argue with are either white liberals who basically feel sorry for you, so they give you a pass. They go, oh, that's great, you invented the stoplight. Because they're going to go back to their big-ass house in Berkeley, or Bellevue, or Magnolia, and they're going to get in their Mercedes or the Beamer, and they're going to go to Cancun and do whatever they want. They're not going to drive to Cancun in a Beamer. That's retarded. But they got all that stuff, and they don't care. They don't lose any sleep because you invented the stoplight. Good for you. I'm rich. I'm a libtard. I've got a fuckload of money. My kid's going to go to college. Who cares about you? You're retarded. Now here's some food stamps and some Obamacare. Have a nice day. No, but seriously, they don't care. So they'll let you have a pass because they feel sorry for you. Like, why kick a man while he's down? Why kick a man while he's down? That's how they're looking at the situation. So then you got, what is this? Where are we at here with this stupid shit? The Tulsa race riot. Everyone knows about the Tulsa race riot. The military got involved and helped whites kill the blacks. The blacks rebuilt, the oil boom died, the blacks left and went to California and places like that for better opportunity. That's what actually happened. That's what happened. There were a lot of black Hispanics that were there. They left. I don't want to get my business burned, so I'm leaving. I'm not going to stay here like a retard and have this happen again. So I'm going to go to New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Oakland. I'm going to go to these places where I can make some money at that time. St. Louis, yada, yada, yada. That's what happened. The end. Everybody knows. What do you want? You want somebody to rub your back and say, "Oh, sorry"? What do you want? You want white acceptance? Sorry, black guy. Sorry, I kicked your ass, buddy. You want some ice cream? You want a snack? You okay, buddy? Hey, how about I take you to the skate rink? Is that what you want? Everybody knows that slavery was human trafficking. Everybody knows that there was genocide. King Leopold was demonized in Europe for what he was doing. The citizens hated what he was doing, just like people hate what that piece of shit Obama and George Bush are doing in the Middle East. People, the citizens hate that shit. Nobody approved of that shit, but the rich people. The same people that approve of Obama. The same people that approved of Dick Cheney's actions. The same people that approve of Bush's actions, Clinton's actions, and the other dirtbags that came before them. Shut the hell up. You're making irrelevant points because you're irrelevant and you don't have any factual knowledge. No apologies, no reparations, no days to commemorate. There's a bunch of days to commemorate the event. And not only that, you've made no effort. When the Jews were killed in the Holocaust via starvation, not ovens, that never happened. Ovens never happened and gassing never happened. The Jews were killed by firing squads and starving. Either way. And it wasn't just Jews, there was a lot of other ethnicities, a lot of shit that Jews make up. There's like 600,000 Jews were killed in the end. I'm not even arguing. Shut up, Jews. Fucking liars. Now, the Jews went out and they said, hey, look here, motherfuckers. We're the Jews. We got small hats and hunchbacks, and we smell like some weird-ass animal. And fucking... we're greedy as fuck. Look here, we want reparations from you because you gave Hitler money, even though we gave him money too, and we don't want to admit it, and we helped the Nazis kill Jews. We want you to give us money, America. Not only that, America, we want holidays to commemorate. We want every day you're going to commemorate. Germany, you're going to pay us too. Everybody's going to pay us money. They went out and they got it done themselves by lobbying. That's what American blacks have to do if you want all that shit. You can't just bitch and moan and go, why don't we get this and why don't we get that? You can't just do that because nobody's going to listen. Who cares? They'll be like, oh, it's too bad, buddy. Fried chicken. You know, now the Columbus Day is irrelevant in America now. It's become irrelevant. Nobody celebrates Columbus Day anymore. I don't even think you get a day off for Columbus Day anymore. In Spain you do, in America no. And even in Spain, they don't really celebrate Columbus Day anymore. They focused it more on the saints. Because the Ecuadorians, the Mexicans, all those groups that live in Spain, they get pissed. Like this guy on YouTube, this Mexican guy named Maui. They get pissed like him. And it's understandable. You don't celebrate the day that you came and kicked my people's ass. I don't want a fucking holiday for that shit. So They basically got that shut down. Nobody even acknowledges Columbus anymore. Over in Spain, it used to be a celebrated holiday. Now it's not. So there you go. So there you go. He gets no love. You want a pat on your back for that, buddy? And you're talking about you're asking questions, but they're stupid questions, which means you're living a lie. Eurocentrism is basically something that white trash tell themselves to feel good about the fact that they are a part of one of the most powerful races on earth, yet they individually have accomplished nothing and live shitty lives. Now, not all white trash live shitty lives, but a lot of them do. Just like not all Ning Dongs, not all Vietnamese people, not all Filipinos live shitty lives, but a lot of them do. Ah, fucking goddamn cold. I hate colds. I hate the cold and I hate colds. Regardless, Europeans lie, yes. White people lie, yes. A lot of stuff's made from their perspective. They basically lie about a lot of shit. But at the same time, there are a lot of facts. There are a lot of people that did research on behalf of blacks. There are blacks that actually went out and did real research to prove their case. Their case is acknowledged. Get on JSTOR. Get on Encyclopedia Britannica. Go on just a basic Google search outside of raceandhistory.ww and YG Singer and all these other dumbass sites, and look up real shit, and you'll find this information for yourself. Instead of coming up with mediocre arguments, stupid straw man, red herring, and other nonsense to make yourself, so in a half-assed attempt to make yourself look intelligent, you look ridiculous. Everyone knows that America's told from a European perspective. This is an Anglo-Saxon nation. What do you expect, retard? Like the white man didn't blow the noses off the Sphinx. The Arabs did that, and then the French used it for target practice. The Arabs burned down the Greek library in Alexandria. The Greek library in Alexandria. And on a side note, I made this video in Europe, but I can't get it off my goddamn phone. But I'm gonna bring it up here. Why is it that black Hotepians always focus on Greek Egypt? They always focus on hermetics. Why? I don't get that. If you're so black, why focus on hermetics? Why not go back further? Why? Because they want to be accepted by whites. You're talking about they steal African artifacts. Obviously they did. They stole them all over there. A lot of them are in England. A lot of them are in private collections. I've seen some of them. Well, I got some of them actually. I got a couple of statues from the old country from a private collector that died. I jumped on that. It cost a pretty damn penny, but I got them. I hid them in a fucking safe. Regardless, at the end of the day, a lot of this shit is just irrelevant. Whites stole artifacts, they colonized blacks. Those things were fucked up, but blacks shouldn't have sold slaves. Blacks shouldn't have allowed whites into the interior to see how their entire system worked and how their military operated. They shouldn't have started relying more on guns than on their military tactics. Well, there's a lot of things. There shouldn't have been civil wars over greed while the British were encroaching on the land. That's how we lost. There's a lot of factors. Some were their faults, some were blacks' faults. At the end of the day, Afrocentrism doesn't cure any of those things. Afrocentrism doesn't help the cause that Kwame Nkrumah was fighting for. Your Afrocentrism doesn't help the cause that Patrice Lumumba was fighting for. Afrocentrism doesn't alleviate poverty in the black community. It doesn't alleviate crime. It's stupid, feel-good bullshit that gets no one anywhere. Just like Eurocentrism isn't going to fix white trash problems. They're still going to be poor as fuck. They're still going to be running out of jobs. When the coal's gone, what the fuck are they going to do? They're fucked. They're fucked. Just like they're fucked when all these manufacturing jobs are gone. That's why they had to. They didn't have to bail out the auto industry. Here's what would have happened if they hadn't bailed out the auto industry. I don't care what anybody says. Ford would have bought up all the third-party manufacturers. Japanese and Korean auto companies would have filled the void. GM would have been bought off by China. They would have paid people lower wages. But since Obama bailed them out and gave them $60 billion, guess what? The negotiation with the union was, you're going to work for $14 an hour. A lot less, still keep your job. So basically what happened is they gave them a bunch of money, saved their shitty jobs, even though a lot of them got fired anyway, especially Fiat. Fiat laid off a lot of people, closed a lot of plants, and opened some new ones in Mexico. Regardless of all that, those people are going to be fucked when all these jobs leave, because people need cheaper labor. Not only cheap labor, but machines are replacing people. They've been replacing people since the 80s. So everybody's basically fucked unless you're rich and powerful. That's basically where it's always going to go. And I hate the Heads of Babylon thing. It's annoying, but that's basically what it is. It's rich people are fucking the poor people. That's where we're at. It's where we've always been. And the middle class are slaves. The middle class support the poor, who they give basically subsidies to keep them from tearing shit up. The middle class support them, and they support the cushy life of the upper class. That's how it runs. And blacks, well, you've had a lot of opportunities to avoid this, but you didn't, and now you're feeling the brunt. Africa's actually having somewhat of a boom in some places, but if more blacks don't take advantage of it and curb the corruption, get rid of those pro-colonial leaders, guess what? They're not going to reap the benefits, and blacks are going to have no safe haven when the white man goes on his last-ditch effort resource spree. That's just what it is. Alright? Bitch.